10 crimes.
He's probably laughing because he's been watching other people be accused of his crimes for years.
10 chilling mysteries. Families vanished, messages written in blood, killers who disappeared without a trace.
No one has ever been charged with the murders.
These unsolved cases still haunt investigators, and they might never be solved. Stay with us, because once you hear them, you'll never look at the world the same way again. The Vanishing Family. It was a quiet evening when an entire family vanished without leaving a single trace. Their dinner table was still set, lights were left on, and the front door was unlocked. Neighbors reported seeing them just hours earlier, smiling and living their normal life. But when police searched the house, it looked as if they had simply stood up and walked away forever. No signs of struggle, no fingerprints, and no evidence pointed to what had happened. Weeks turned into months, and still nothing was found. No bodies, no clues, only unanswered questions. Some say they were taken, others believe the family chose to vanish on their own. But the truth remains locked in silence, a mystery that has haunted investigators for decades. The home became a chilling reminder of how quickly life can change. To this day, no one knows what really happened to the Vanishing Family. Murder without a trace. In this case, the crime scene was almost too perfect. A victim was found in their own home, but investigators could not uncover a single clue. No fingerprints, no weapon, no signs of forced entry, nothing. It was as if the killer had slipped in and out without ever existing. Friends and family were questioned, but no one reported seeing or hearing anything unusual. Even the neighbors, just a wall away, swore they never heard a sound. The victim's life held no clear enemies, no dark secrets that could explain such a brutal end. Detectives worked day and night, but every lead ended in silence. The media called it a ghost murder, and the name stuck because it felt like a phantom had done it. With no evidence and no suspects, the case soon grew cold. To this day, the murder remains unsolved, leaving behind only fear and a mystery that taunts everyone who studies it. The silent town mystery. In a small town, life moved slowly and everyone knew each other. But one night, silence fell in a way no one could explain. An entire street woke to find one of their neighbors gone, house empty, car still in the driveway, and doors locked from the inside. There were no signs of a struggle, no broken windows, and nothing stolen. It was as if the person had simply faded into thin air. Rumors spread quickly. Some whispered of kidnappers, others believed something darker had taken place. Police searched every field, river, and forest nearby, but the trail ended as soon as it began. Families grew fearful, locking their doors tight at night. The town, once warm and friendly, became a place of suspicion and dread. The missing person was never found, and their story became the chilling legend of a community that still asks, how can someone vanish without a sound? Blue blood on the highway. It was supposed to be an ordinary drive, but what police found was anything but normal. A car sat abandoned on the side of the highway, doors wide open, headlights still shining into the dark. Inside, blood was splattered across the seats and floor, but no victims were ever discovered. Tire tracks showed sudden braking, yet there were no other vehicles around. Witnesses claimed they had seen the car minutes earlier moving normally, but by the time help arrived, the driver and passengers had vanished. The blood confirmed something violent had happened, but without bodies or clues, no one knew the truth. Some believe it was a roadside ambush, others whisper of secret experiments or criminal cover-ups. The highway became feared, a place where travelers felt the weight of the mystery pressing down on them. To this day, blood on the highway remains one of the most disturbing unsolved crimes ever recorded. The killer who disappeared, the crime was brutal, yet the escape was almost impossible to believe. A victim was discovered in their home, and every detail pointed to a planned and calculated attack. Neighbors heard screams, police arrived quickly, and the entire area was sealed off within minutes. But when officers searched for the killer, there was nothing. No footprints in the mud, no fingerprints on the weapon, and no trace of forced entry or exit. It was as if the murderer had vanished into thin air. Detectives chased every lead, questioning family, friends, and strangers, but the answers never came. Some believed the killer was a master of disguise, blending into the crowd that gathered outside. Others thought it had to be someone with knowledge of the police response, always one step ahead. The most chilling thought of all, the killer may still be out there, hiding in plain sight, watching and waiting for the next victim. Shadows in the woods deep inside a quiet forest, hikers stumbled upon a chilling scene. An abandoned campsite, food half, cooked over the fire, and belongings scattered as if someone had fled in terror. But the campers themselves were gone. Search teams combed through the woods for weeks, finding only strange markings on tree trunks and whispers from locals about dark figures seen moving between the trees at night. No footprints, no blood, no sign of struggle, just silence and the eerie sense that someone, or something, had taken them. Families of the missing begged for answers, but investigators had nothing to offer. Over time, rumors grew. Some claimed cult activity, others believed a hidden predator roamed those woods. The campsite was eventually swallowed by nature, but the legend remained. To this day, the mystery of the missing campers is known as shadows in the woods, a haunting reminder that not all disappearances can be explained. The case of the missing child, it began on a sunny afternoon, the kind where children played freely in the streets. But one child never came home. Their bike was found lying on the sidewalk, wheels still spinning, as if they had been taken in the blink of an eye. Panic spread quickly. Neighbors searched yards, police blocked roads, and helicopters scanned from above. Yet no trace was ever found. No screams were heard, no witnesses came forward, and no clues were left behind. The family's life froze that day, trapped in endless grief and unanswered questions. Detectives followed every tip, from strangers in vans to shadowy figures seen nearby. But nothing ever led to the truth. The case soon became one of the most heartbreaking mysteries, leaving parents everywhere terrified it could happen to their child. The missing child's face still lingers on old posters, a haunting symbol of innocence stolen and a crime that remains unsolved. Death at the doorstep. It was just after midnight when a knock echoed at the front door. The homeowner opened it and was never seen alive again. Hours later, neighbors noticed the door still ajar, lights flickering inside. Police arrived to find the house in perfect order, except for one detail: the body of the homeowner lying just steps from the doorway. No signs of forced entry, no stolen valuables, and no footprints on the porch. Whoever had come knocking vanished without leaving a single clue. The victim had no known enemies, no history of trouble, and no reason to be targeted. Investigators searched for weeks, but every lead ended in silence. Some believed it was a random act of violence, others suspected a killer who studied the victim's habits. The unanswered knock still chills the imagination, because no one knows who stood at that door, or why opening it led straight to death. The message in blood. The scene was like something from a nightmare. A victim was discovered in their room, walls smeared with blood that formed strange words no one could fully understand. The message looked rushed, chaotic, yet deliberate, almost as if it was meant to be a clue. Investigators hoped it would lead them to the killer, but handwriting experts and linguists could not agree on its meaning. Some saw names, others saw symbols, and a few believed it was a code. Disturbingly, no fingerprints or DNA were left behind, only the chilling red letters staring back at the detectives. The family begged for answers, convinced the victim had tried to reveal their killer with their last breath. But without proof, the message became more of a riddle than a solution. To this day, no one knows who wrote it or what it was meant to say. The mystery still bleeds through history. The crime that time forgot decades ago, a terrible crime shocked a community, but as the years passed, answers never came. A victim was found under mysterious circumstances, yet every piece of evidence seemed to fade with time. Witnesses gave conflicting stories, records went missing, and the trail grew colder with each passing year. Families demanded justice, but investigators kept hitting dead ends, their files filling with unanswered questions. Soon, the case was pushed aside by newer crimes, left to gather dust in forgotten archives. But the horror of what happened never truly disappeared. Locals still whisper about it, and every anniversary brings fresh fear that the truth might never be known. Some believe the killer died long ago, taking the secret to the grave. Others think the murderer is still alive, hidden in plain sight. The case remains frozen in time, a chilling reminder that not all crimes ever find their ending. Which of these crimes chilled you the most? And why do you think they remain unsolved? Drop your thoughts below and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a mystery.